Today we're turning some, according to Ted Helvig, really hard mystery wood. Thought you may want to experience the joy in turning. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun for us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as we like to say here at Shady Acres Woodshop. Howdy, let's take a closer look at it. The piece is about 4 inches high, 5 inches wide, 7 inches long. Ted sent this from Arizona. That doesn't necessarily mean it's Arizona wood. He didn't say. He sometimes travels to other areas and picks up wood along the way. I'm going to, because of the shape of this, it's going to have some square sides, so we're all going to have to get over ourselves about that. If I didn't leave some square sides, some flat sides, the piece would end up tiny, and I don't want that. So I'll do my best to round up here and there, but we're gonna have some flat spots on it. Because of the shape, when I drill my hole for my woodworm screw up here, I'm going to shim it up like this instead of flat like that. I'm gonna tip it up like this and drill my hole here. I think I'll get the most use out of the wood that way. And then we'll turn away this, what will be a triangular bottom. I can tell you it looks like beautiful wood. I'm anxious to see just how hard it is, but look at the grain and color. It looks a little bit like walnut, but not really. It's more dense than walnut, it's heavier than walnut, and the grain is slightly different, but it's kind of the same color. So I'm gonna go drill that hole for the woodworm screw, get it mounted up on the lathe, and we're gonna get to turning. You can see I've drilled a little hole for my live center to set against. We're gonna be turning at 580 RPM, 5/8 inch bowl gouge, mask and face shield on. I just don't want to take too much off of this. This is going to be beyond beautiful. You see that grain in there? So I'm going to come down here to the bottom. Well, I've turned harder woods, Ted, which doesn't take anything away from this. This is plenty hard, no doubt about it, but it's not the hardest wood I've ever turned. I wonder if it could be acacia. Any guesses? Go ahead and put them down there in the comments. That should be big enough to mark out for a tenon or a recess, either one. Don't know yet. I'm going to come back over here to this side. Well, this is just about the only flat we have left. There's a little bit up here.
The station all hits radio on Amazon Music.
Alexa, nobody was talking to you. Be quiet. I don't know what her problem is. I wasn't talking to her, were you? I'm going to pick the speed up, I hope. About 6:30. probably come back with my scraper, but I'm gonna go down here and make maybe a recess. Piece isn't that big anymore. Well, it wasn't all that big to begin with. Yeah, I think we'll do a recess. I'm gonna switch to a 1/2-inch bowl gouge to make the recess. Now I gotta get up a little bit higher and use my dovetail tool for the dovetail on the side here. That's good. We've got a nice little raised area in there. I'll just stick with the 1/2 inch for a minute. Make something flat for it to set on, and that's good. And I have a flat spot. I don't know if you can see it. It's, I can barely see it. Somewhere here. Oh, right there. That's all flat. So I'll see if I can blend that in with the side. I'll just try shear scraping this. Might get to my scraper, I don't know. Okay, that works. Got one little flat spot right here. Probably can't see it, and then we've got this whole side is still flat. But if I was to get rid of that, this whole thing would shrink an inch at least. And I'm just not going to waste that wood. It's going to be a beauty. Time for sanding. I'm going to start the sanding with my Sandoflex. This is 120 grit, and then I'll do 180 grit and stop there. I'll do that on this gap here, and along this top edge mostly, I guess. Yeah, that's about all that needs it. And when I'm done with that, I'll switch to my 2-inch disc starting at 80 grit. I'll have the lathe spinning in reverse at about 390 RPM. I'll show you what that looks like as soon as I get my mask on. I'll do a little more of that, but that's generally what will be happening. Like that. I'll bring you back in a bit and we'll put some probably sanding sealer on there. See you in a bit. Wow, I'll tell you what, that was a chore. But look at that. Look at that. I knew it was going to be gorgeous. The more I sanded, the more bug holes I found that I had to clean out. I've been at this for probably 2 hours, I suppose. A lot of people aren't willing to put in that time, and I get it. I get it. But look at, look at that. My gosh, that's gorgeous. Don't you think? Isn't that gorgeous? And then all these little edges like this and here, they all had to be hand sanded with a tiny little piece of sandpaper getting in there because they get sharp. The more you sand, the sharper these little edges get. And they were sharp. But it's just worth it, that's all. Why spend the time turning it if you're not gonna finish it up properly? And then you get it in the house and maybe other people don't know, but it's not quite right. You're just not that happy with it. Just spend the time. Oh, this is sanding sealer, shellac-based sanding sealer. And you got to brush inside of each of those little bug holes. Here it is. It's after 5 o'clock. It's dark out. I didn't turn any lights on. Hope I can find my way back to the house. Remember when it was light out till 9:30? Yeah, I remember that. Not that long ago. Okay, well that's the first of 2 coats of sanding sealer. And then there'll be 2 coats of shellac to follow this. And I'll bring you back and we'll start working on the inside. So see you soon. Let's see what kind of deliciousness awaits inside of this piece. We're going to be turning at 600 RPM, 5/8 inch bowl gouge, mask, and face shield on. I'm going to speak to this for a moment, speaking to wood turners. When you have a piece like this that you can see the gouge just bouncing around, you just have to feed your chisel slowly. Just nibble away at these high spots. You'll get there. You'll get past them. It'll smooth out eventually. But don't try and force it. That's when the piece goes flying. You just can't do that. You have to just let it sit there, nibble away until it clears. Move up a little, wait, move up a little, wait. Just take your time. There's no rush. Look how much time you're saving chasing it all over the shop. This was sharp when we started. I'm gonna go sharpen up. Yeah, beauteousness. I guess I'll thin down this wall a little. I gotta be careful I don't run off the side over here. So I can't do much. But coming way out to the top again. Wow, okay, yeah, it's hard. It is hard wood. Going to sharpen up. Well, let's just see how close we're getting. The problem is, I made my recess so perfect that I cannot get my calipers in there far enough to measure. So I can really only measure to the base that it's going to set on, and then we know the recess goes up inside of that. So at this point, we've got about half an inch, 5/8 of an inch to go. And that's an educated guess. I'm wondering if I shouldn't thin this down even more. You can see we're going to run off the edge, but I guess it won't get any worse, will it? Yeah, I'm going to thin it down a little bit more. That ain't working. Oh, maybe it did. Oh, dang it. Well, stuff happens. Yeah, that does look better. I'm just not going to chance it. I'm going to scrape this. Well, it scrapes real nice. Yeah, we're going with that. I think we're pretty close. Time for sanding. I'm starting sanding at 80 grit. I'm going to work up through 400. I'm going to go ahead and put the finish on there. I'll bring you back here in just a little bit and we'll take a good look at this thing. I think it's going to be pretty nice. See you in a bit. Be sure you stick around to the end of the video so you can see the before and after shots of this piece. If you'd share the video, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, here it is. One mystery wood natural edge bowl in the books. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that grain. It's a beautiful color. Lots of little intricacies in this piece. I'll show you. Didn't do too bad on the flat sides. We got one here. And this right here, I think that's, oh no. And then this side here. It's pretty flat. But overall, it looks like a round bowl. That shouldn't bother too many people. Doesn't bother you, right? I didn't think so. Lots of bug holes in here that I cleaned out. Up here on the edge. Those bugs did a number on this piece. But I just love all this. It's sort of like it's carved out. And up here along here. And but the color, the grain. Isn't that beautiful? Just beautiful. And I signed it, but I didn't put what kind of wood. I'm waiting on you guys to tell me what you think this is. I can put it on there once we get a consensus. It sure feels nice, I can tell you that. I spent a lot of time around this edge with a little piece of sandpaper, smoothing everything out, so you can touch anywhere you want to touch, and it's just smooth as can be. Yeah, this one was a lot of fun. I knew it was going to be beautiful just from seeing what we started with, and I think I was right. What do you think? Thank you, Ted Helvig, for sending this along for all to enjoy. If you like this video, thumbs up, please. I'd sure appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, thank you very kindly. I truly appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, you might consider becoming one. I put out regular videos about one a week, and I'd like to keep in touch. An easy way to subscribe is just click my picture you see there near the end of the video. Your comments are always welcome, and I love reading them. So for now, this is Phil, Shady Acres Woodshop, signing off.